looks like it's doing that glitch again to where it's not popping up.
Oh, well, mine seems to be up and
Oh,
going.
there it is. I see it. It looks like it's... Okay, go there. Okay. That. Everyone. We are live. Alright, there we go. Alrighty then. That was a voice crack. Alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your Wednesday afternoon broadcast here for SRM ESPORTS Season 4, Round 4, where we are here for the Italian Grand Prix here at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. And I am your commentator, JusGamin, and I am of course here as always. You know, I knew him as Jeremy at the beginning, but we have James. How you doing, my man?
Jeremy's doing fine as well, I'm sure.
Good to have you in here as always. It's a little bit of an inside joke, guys. You know what? I'll tell you right now. So when we first had our commentary, was about 2 weeks ago actually for round 2.
Yes.
He sent me a message, and it autocorrected saying, "Oh, my name is Jeremy," instead of "My name is James," and the phone didn't autocorrect before he sent it. So it was the funniest thing. So for the majority of of round 2, I'm calling him Jeremy, even though his actual name was James, and I believe that was at Barcelona. De Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Yeah, it was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing, guys. If you have missed that, our debut as co-coms, make sure you head over there. But yeah, here, let's give a quick description of where we're at here tonight. So, Season 4, Round 4, the end of the first chapter of SRM Esports, as next week we're going to be on break. But here for Autodromo Nazionale Monza, the first ever Grand Prix was in 1950, so a very historic track in the Formula 1 community. With 27 laps here tonight, the circuit length is around 5.793 kilometers long. We're looking at a race distance of around 154, maybe 157 in between those, I believe, of race distance. The lap record by Ruben Barrichello in 2004 with a 121.046. But we are here tonight, and it's almost a full grid, one person off of a full grid. But it's a nice, bright, and sunny day here at Monza. So we're gonna see everyone having a little bit of a comfortable race here tonight. If it was wet, then the qualifying would have gone to shambles, I do believe.
I believe this qualifying would have gone an absolute shambles if it was wet, yes.
Yep, but let's actually just talk a little bit about the track, as we have the 1 degree variant, or variante del Rettifilo, turns 1 and 2 all the way down. Actually, as Ninja goes past, we're gonna go on board with him. So turn 3 now, Curva Biasono, or Curva Grande, of turn 3 to the second chicane of turns 4 and 5, the 2nd degree variante della Rogia, or Rogia, I think it's Rogia. How do you pronounce that? Then you have turns 6 and 7, kind of a little bit of a wider double apex right-hander. But Curva di Lesmo, and then Curva del Seraglio. That this DRS zone, the first DRS zone between turns 7 and 8, all the way down to Variante Ascari of turns 8, 9, and 10. A very, very technical corner right here, as we do see Ninja get a little bit of a struggling a little bit through that corner, of course, being on the D-pad, I do believe. And then we have the long straight from turns 10 to 11 all the way up to the Curva Parabolica, and then that rounds up the Monza Grand Prix. 5.793 kilometers long, just like that. But as we are here, of course, I was about to call you Chris because I have another
Oh my
lead that I do.
gosh.
I'm sorry, mate. That's what happens when I talk for like continuously for a long time. My brain just goes all over the place. But James, what is your opinion here at Monza? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it a mixed feeling?
Monza, I've never had a good race here. I will say that, because Ascari for me was always Devil's Corner.
Yeah, I mean it is
got
the
caught out.
death chicane of Monza, but is that it's like it's just a love-hate relationship just because of Ascari. If it was if that was just a straight long line all the way down to Parabolica, you would love this track a little bit more, wouldn't you?
Oh, this track would be amazing for me if Ascari was just completely gone. Well, let's have a onboard look to see how Ninja handles this.
Yep, currently on the set of mediums, going around Ascari, as you can tell. Very
Quite slow,
like,
but
yeah.
Dumfries coming up.
Yep, and it's very tough for him making his way through, especially being on the D-pad. Because you want like a nice flowing line as you make your way through. Dundree's going on the inside, taking a little bit of a wide line around Parabolica, but that's actually what you want to get that momentum as you reach the timing line. And Dundrees is gonna set a 122.161, so the world record is still in place. As we also see Wolsey cross the line with a 122.895.
Bit of Disney on your mind there, is it?
I guess. Or well, there you go. More about Disney. We also have Andy. Andy Smokes Mid cross the line with a 122.373. Of course, Andy from Toy Story. Is that's
Remy
Disney?
only 1 second off of Dundrees in first on a set of F1 far fastest lap 122.0 on a set of mediums.
So that's an extraordinary time for the Alpine driver. And actually, talking about these drivers out on track, let's actually look at the current championship standings, as we have a little bit of a video. Actually, I can't really put it up because of course I haven't really got that set up. We will make sure. I'll try and make sure of it next time if it's possible. But currently, Michael F1 takes the lead after Imola, as he leads the way. Michael F1 in the Ferrari with 60 points goes up to first. Battle Z Mini also improves in position to second in the Williams, our reigning champion Battle Z Mini, as he has 58 points to his name. Only 2 points difference between first and second. And then we have the McLaren of Dundrees in third with 53 points. And then F1 Farth was, I believe, was in the lead, but has fallen down to fourth now, out of the top three, with 45 points in fourth. Then we have Richard in fifth, moving up a place with 37 points. Grimmy stays where he is in sixth with 35 points. Markey falls down a little bit to 7th with 32 points. Then we also have Dopey Lemons 1 point behind in 8th with 31. Mogi in 9th with 28. Steve in 10th with 24. Then we have Tomo Tip Top in 11th with 23. 1 point separation between those two drivers as well. Andy in 12th with 15. RP Lai in 13th with 13 points, so that's easy to say. I don't know why I actually choked on that. 14th we have Fozzie with 11 points. Then tied for 15th we have both Hazza and Starless with 7 points. Angry Dutch Guy in 17th with 5 points. Wolsey in 18th with 1 point. And at the back with no points is Jackie, and Paul's got ball. Ferrari now with that extraordinary performance from Michael F1 puts into the lead the Ferrari team with 95 points. Williams in second with 86 points. McLaren in third with 76 points. Mercedes in fourth with 61 points. And Alpine in fifth with 45 points. Aston Martin in sixth with 38. 1 point behind is the Red Bull with 37. In seventh place, AlphaTauri in eighth with 18 points. The Haas in ninth with 15 points. And 1 point down in the rear, 10th place, Alfa Romeo with 14 points.
Pretty tough break early on for the Alpha team.
Yeah, pretty tough break for them, but let's see if they're going to be able to make their way up of the line and try and get a good result here tonight at Monza. But we actually, with me saying the standings, we also missed out on Angry Dutch Guy gets the fastest lap so far with a 121.941 on the set of mediums as well. So it looks like the medium runner is having an extraordinary start to this qualifying session.
I'm actually struggling to believe my eyes. Michael F1 is out of pits.
Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, because usually Michael always does it at the end. Yeah, that's right.
He always goes for the end. I'm a bit lost for words now. Actually, I've never seen him do this.
Ooh, and as we say it, Battle Z Mini crosses the line with the new fastest lap on a set of softs of 121.459. Our reigning drivers standings champion, or drivers champion, I should say, not drivers standings champion. It's just drivers champion. Justin, use your brain here. Oh, as we just caught that as well. Actually, Michael F1 spinning around turn 1 goes almost right in the way of a McLaren. As they make their way down turn 2, goes into the runoff area, and I believe going all the way through those little are they styrofoam?
The barriers.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Oh, and Richard on a set of mediums as well now, setting a new fastest lap of a 121.428. These drivers are trying to give everything they can, and it looks like starting on the mediums could be a very good shout. Looks like the softs and the mediums are practically around the same sort of pace from what it looks like out there on track.
You wouldn't expect that from a track like this that requires grip and pace. You'd expect those softs to be up there.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see if anyone is actually going to break into the 120s. But so far we have the fastest just set by Richard, a 121.428. But let's see, so who would you say could be a good contender for the race win here tonight, would you say, or is it too early to call? Because this is the third race now that we've seen. Well, third race that you've seen, this is the fourth race for me. So, do you have any favorites out there, or...
Well, it all comes down to what the race is like during the time. Z-Mini always sets quite a good standard along with Farf and Michael up the top there. Those three usually set quite good standards all throughout races. So it's always hard to determine out of those three who's going to win. It's Marky.
Oh! Whoa! No, that's a time right there. A 120.454!
Where on earth did this come from?
Well... RSI Markey makes his way through, goes almost a second faster than Richard as he sets the new fastest lap of a 120.454, breaking the current world record in real life Formula 1 racing.
Did he forget the are the drivers playing a trick on us, and he forgot the memo, or? That's a full second faster than other soft compounds, and even 2 seconds faster than some soft compounds.
Markey setting the statement that he's going to be a big name in this race. Let's see if he's going to be able to carry on that momentum as he makes his way now down Ascari, and going to be celebrating a little bit in that headset, I do believe, after setting that extraordinary time. I'm actually lost for words because I can never get that close.
I mean, this came from absolute nowhere. We weren't watching Marky throughout his whole lap, and then he just punches us in the face with this.
Well, he currently has the spotlight now as he makes his way towards the pit lane.
Oh, he's going into the pit.
Well, we're actually going to go on board with Dundrees now. Oh, as we have a crash in Jackie, we're going to go down towards Andy Smokes Mid, to see the damage on that Alpine up ahead.
Oh, was it
right at the end of Ascari? Yeah. So it looks like just got on the throttle a little bit too early. The car's in the middle of the track, a little bit off to the right side of the track, but all the drivers making their way through. The marshals were able to get Jackie out of that car. Going to be a little bit winded, but still in a good position with a 121.762. Could be in the top 10 at the end of this qualifying, as we now have 6 minutes left of qualifying before the race start.
Still very early, but Marky's setting a very good statement saying he's going to be the driver to beat during quali.
Yep, and I'm actually looking at it now. A lot of the drivers, every driver currently in the pits and out on track are now on a set of softs. So the medium runners up ahead actually doing everyone a service as well as their own, putting a little bit of extra rubber out on track, and could be getting it a little bit more grip, and that's probably where we saw Markey utilize that grip to perfection as he crosses the line. Also, Grimmy does improve on his time as well as he makes his way around turn 2 now up to turn 3, 121.268. And talking about the real Formula One. Let's actually move on to the real life scene, where we actually see I think most of the teams actually show their livery for the new F1 cars coming out this season, and I believe they just finished practicing during the.
Stop you here, but I think we've got another crash at Ascari.
Yes, we do.
It's Ninja.
It's Ninja only setting a 123.268 before crashing out. His car instantly out of the way. That's very quick, but he's gonna be out of qualifying.
He's caught that at the end there.
Well, it looks like Jackie's going to be having a friend at this point in the hospital room or the little clinic area here at Monza. But hopefully they'll be okay and have the right head on those set of shoulders for the Grand Prix. But going back to the real life scene, actually we should go watch this with Grimmy as he breaks the 120 second barrier, improves to a 120.982 coming around the final corner. So doing a very well job done from Grimmy. That was not English what I just said, but has also gets into the top 3 as well, yeah, with a 121.190, only 2/10, and they will be in the 120-second barrier. But going back to the real life scene with Formula One, with the new liveries coming out, and it's been a while. It's been like a whole process seeing all of the constructors show their liveries and practically show their creativity for the beginning of the season. After I believe they just finished their pre-season testing at Barcelona. Which livery do you believe? Let's say this: which livery is your favorite, and which one do you think is the best improvement from their predecessor last year?
Best improvement has to go with I think I have to give it to Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo car last season I don't think it looked quite nice. This season it looks a lot better.
And you think the Alfa Romeo has the best improvement? Okay.
Yes, I do. The Williams, don't get me wrong, looks nicer, but they've gone too opposite in the way color scheme. Maybe a gradual change for Williams would have been a better choice, but in my opinion, the best car, the best looking, I have to stick with the McLaren. It's just the better looking car.
I'm with you on that. As with me, it's a little bit biased, but talking about the Alfa Romeo, as you did say, the most improved. RP Lai actually crosses the line to go 8th fastest now with a 121.613, was just 7th fastest, but right behind him of Dundrees and the McLaren, go figure, crosses the line with a 121.032, goes 3rd fastest for Dundrees. And it looks like with those top runners putting in those set of times, struggling to get within the 120s, Arsene Marquez in a very, very comfortable position to the start of this Grand Prix.
A lot of people struggling to break that 120 barrier Marquez has set for them. As we see Michael back on track. Here we go. Michael's last lap. Last minute again.
Well, he only set a 142.036 after spinning out. Currently on an out lap and moving on the inside to let drivers through, but it looks like all of the drivers behind him are currently on their out laps as well, as he was anticipating one of them being on a fast lap, so he's just moving out the way now to let the Red Bull through, and now the Mercedes through. Two big competitors in the real life scene, the Red Bull and the Mercedes. But with me answering that question, I'm gonna say my favorite is McLaren as well. It's a little bit biased because that's my team. That's the team I go for. But if I would say the most improved, I actually gave myself a tough question for that. For the most improved, I'm actually stuck on that. Like for me, it's gonna be between the Mercedes, seeing them back in the silver arrows, like the actual silver arrows and not the black Mercedes.
Tomo getting disqualified from the session. 1 minute.
Yeah, I just saw that actually.
Disqualified.
I don't know where that came from, but he's gonna be finished out on that one. Michael just waiting around Parabolica as he's trying to get those tires warmed up, trying to get a wide line on the exit as he makes his way through now. Michael's going to be starting a fast one. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it, but we're going to go back to him in a bit as we're now going to go up with Battle Z Mini, who has retired into the pit lane as well. So looks like he is set with his 121.459, only 6 thousandths of a second behind the Alfa Romeo runner of RP Lie. But let's see. So the most improved.
Oh, someone's gone out on track again, I believe. It was a Haas. I just seen it on Michael's.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, so it looks like it was actually Polska Ball making his way on the exit of turn 2. Probably had some cold tires and gone on the throttle a little bit too early, and he's gonna be out. But he's still set at 123.344. As Dopey Lemons hasn't even made his way out of the pit lanes yet at all. So a little bit of an interesting pit strategy for him there. As yeah, it looks like they said that they lost control. So unfortunate to see, of course, Alicia
sure,
always.
You go ahead with your most improved there.
Yeah, no worries. Most improved livery. Most improved livery.
You were stuck between the Mercedes.
It was stuck between the Mercedes and I do want to say the Aston Martin. Mainly because the Aston Martin just looks a lot better without that pink trim. It just looks a lot better just having the two greens of just that royal green or like dark green with that lime trim. It just looks a lot better. And plus, when they were actually doing the presentation, we actually see the younger Sebastian Vettel with his hairstyle, so a big meme out of that as well. But I actually just looked at it. Richard came across the line, almost beating Markey with the 120.567, and same goes with Michael F1 making it count in the final seconds with a 120.691 as that rounds up the top 3. Grimmy. 2 Ferraris in 3rd and 4th, representing the Constructors' Home Grand Prix.
I just don't know how Michael keeps doing this. The pressure for me is just too much last lap.
Well, he probably works better under pressure than comfortable because it keeps him focused, maybe. It's just, you just never know with those type of people. But that rounds up qualifying, the short qualifying session. RSI Markey with an extraordinary 120.454 in the midway of the qualifying, caught us all by a shock. As we then see Richard close behind, 1/10 slower with a 120.567. Then we have Michael making it in the dire moments with a 120.691. That rounds up the top 3. Then we have Grimmy, Dundrees, Hazza, Angry Dutch Guy, RP Lie, Battle Z Mini, Steve. Rounds up the top 10. The free tire choice runners will be Jackie, F1 Farth, Andy Smokes Mid, Pablo Juarez, Wolsey, Kege Layers, the Viral Ninja, Paul's Got Ball, Dopey Lemons, and up the back will be Tomo. As I believe Dopey Lemons didn't make his way out because he joined in midway, I do believe. So we actually now, because we started off with 19 drivers, now we have a full 20. And he says in his words, I like to do things last Alicia. Of course, if you guys didn't know in the chat, Alicia, let's say, just say in simple terms, a very close friend of Michael F1. And with that in mind, after he said something like that,
I'm guessing there was an innuendo stuck into that sentence somewhere.
Yeah, most likely.
If I know them correctly.
Yeah, most likely, but lots of love. Good luck to Michael, good luck to everyone out on track, of course. And we're going to try and see if we can capture as many things as possible.
F1 far surprisingly quite far down the grid, and you don't expect him to see. Well, you don't expect to see him down that far in the grid. You expect him to see him in the top 10, top 5.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to wait and see what the pit strategy is here. And the thing is, with the race start, of course, turn 1, we're gonna be seeing. We could be seeing a little bit of incidents into turn 1, as it is quite general with Monza. But now we will be having a formation lap. There goes the red light. A Red Bull leading the way, of course, with RSI Markey. And then we have Richard again in second. Michael.
Oh, we've already got a crash out on the pit straight.
Did we actually? Who was that?
It was a Haas. I think it was Pablo.
Was it actually Pablo?
Crashed out.
Yeah, it is Pablo.
Was.
Well, actually, we're actually going to look at the tire allocations, and you can probably see why right then and there. Pablo Juarez is going to be starting on a set of hards. So, it looks like trying to test out the, what's it called? The launch with the set of hards and gone straight into the wall, apparently. But he was able to catch it, I do believe, as I don't see any front wing damage on that Haas vehicle.
I do believe he actually went into the wall. I think I caught most of it there. I believe he just bounced off the wall and got quite lucky.
Alright, well, probably got very lucky there. Probably a little bit of a front wing disformity then, if there's any damage. I'm not too sure if there's actually damage during formation laps. But
I don't believe there is.
Alright, well that would actually save it, because either way, if he got into the wall or not, he still did not have a good start on the launch, so probably have a little bit of a throttle issue, probably gone on the throttle a little bit too much. But talking about the tire allocations, Pablo Juarez is going to be the only one starting on a set of hards. We then have 5 on the set of mediums with Jackie, F1 Farth, then we have Wolsey, and then near the back with Dopey Lemons and Tomo. That rounds up the rear, and we have a crash out on the formation lap. And it looks like it was Polska Bowen and Viral Ninja, as they now have been disqualified from the formation lap. I just saw it looks like a little bit of a collision, trying to go side to side on the truck to get those rubbers nice and warmed and toasty for the race start. But now
not gonna go well for those two now. They're gonna struggle off the line a little.
Yep, as they're going to be practically launching with a set of ice blocks instead of rubbers. But let's try this out now. Let's see who's going to get the best start out of this, and hopefully Pablo Juarez doesn't spin out again. But that is it. We're going to go down to 5 red lights. I'm going to leave it with you, James, to start off this Grand Prix.
Oh, well, this is just an honor, isn't it? Starting off at one of the most famous tracks going. As we wait, 1 light, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going as Markey getting a worse start off of Richard. Richard going up the outside, getting a good start along with Michael. Michael could possibly try and edge his way in. Markey's blocked him off nicely there as he goes around the outside, and Michael has gotten the move done there. Markey losing out 2 positions on the start as Tomo gets a 5-second time penalty.
Yeah, so
and Pablo is out.
Oh, a big crash there from Pablo on those set of hards, not getting them warmed up at the beginning of the Grand Prix, and it's crashed out on the left side of turn 2, and that's going to bring out a virtual safety car.
What a start.
Yeah, but from what it looks like, I think Tomo probably got a little bit of a bad braking there, or either pushed off onto the side and went into the runoff area, as we did just see Kage Layers go completely off the track into the gravel around that corner, re-enters it, and it looks like he doesn't have a front wing whatsoever. And yeah, he doesn't have a front wing whatsoever. This virtual safety car is now ended. After that, Polska Bo is able to get past Whirl. We also see Tomo with a damaged right end plate on that front wing. He's going to have to defend against Dopey Lemons at the beginning of this. But, of course, Richard is going to take the lead so far early on in this race. Markey just not having a good start off at the line. Loses 2 positions to Richard and Michael as he now falls down to 3rd. Still in the podium positions as it stands now. But let's see, as we also have RP Light going to go side by side with Angry Dutch Guy into turn 1. RP Lie on the inside. Angry Dutch Guy on the outside. Are they going to go side by side into this corner? Yes, they are. As now, and there you go. RP Lie closes the gap now on the exit, and he's going to move up to 7th place.
Very nice racing here. As the Williams is coming up the inside of Jackie. It's Battle Z Mini.
Yep, well, let's see, going around the outside of turn 3,
F1
now into turn
Forest.
4, we're going to go 3 wide into the chicane, apparently, but then everyone had to give the space, because that would have been very, very ambitious. Steve right on the tail end of Jackie, trying to look on the inside of turn 6 and 7, and he was able to get it with those set of softs. An extraordinary overtake there from Steve, and then a deep dive on the inside from Jackie.
Wow.
Wow, that was a little bit of a collision there between the Mercedes and the Alpine, but both of them stay on track, and Steve now still holds on to that 11th place position.
Oh, this could be a nice, good battle here for 11th place as Jackie falls behind a bit on the Scary.
Yep, and now we are entering lap 3, which means DRS will be enabled at the beginning of this lap. As we're seeing the race control now pop up with Richard and Markey, then Dundree's taking the fastest lap, and then the race control comes up and says the DRS is now enabled. As we enter turn 1, you can see the Ferrari of Michael F1 trying to stay with Richard, but I'm actually surprised as Markey was able to get such an extraordinary qualifying pace in the middle of the qualifying session, and just not having enough practice on the race start in that Red Bull. But oh, and Kegelaers goes into the pit lane, 5-second time penalty for not respecting the speed limit into that pit lane. Oh, and actually has gotten a little bit of too much on the throttle practically as he exits around turn 5 and loses the position to RP Lie. So RP Lie now up to 6 in that Alfa Romeo, so doing an extraordinary start for that man, going with the aggressive start with those set of softs. Let's see if he's going to be able to carry on.
Wallsy getting a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
And that's the one thing about this track, especially on the exit of a Scary. It's going to be very, very tough to stay within the track limits. And if you just turn a little bit too early, that's what makes it a Scary such a dangerous, not really a dangerous, but a very tough turn to make. As we have now, Dundrees has gone into the wall in the final corner, and he's going to go into the pit lane now. We're now going to go on board with Michael F1 as we now have a virtual safety car because of that contact with Dundrees into the wall. He's going to be getting a little bit of a gift after that mistake.
Getting a 5-second there.
Yep, but let's see. Virtual safety car should be ending any minute now as Dundrees and Jackie both make their way into the pit lane. But hopefully the drivers respect the delta, do not go over it. Make sure that delta is nice and green so you don't get any drive-through penalties or time penalties at the end of the virtual safety car period. A lot of the front runners actually going a little bit slower than they want, but just to keep it safe though, just have that extra security. So when you think it's going to end, you can go run on the throttle, potentially on an exit, and just catch back up. But virtual safety car is still in play as we wait for the green lights to go. Still the yellow flag is being waved out on track as we do see left, right, and center, especially with the VSC flashing lights over the track. A very good addition to see that as well, the virtual safety car, because if I remember correctly, it used to only be the safety car instead of a virtual.
It was only safety car you used to get. You never ever got a virtual, so it's a nice addition into this game.
Well, into this game, and there you go.
DRS also enabled.
So Richard actually getting a really good exit around the final corner, but now that's going to give Michael DRS. Same with our side Marky Grimby. RP Light just misses out on it, so we could be looking at Hazza get into a battle into turn 1. He's going to be making the inside move, a serious dive on the inside. RP Light now on the outside of turn 1. Turn 2, RP Light has the inside line now as they still go side by side. Hazza is off onto the gravel as we do see Angry Dutch Guy go into the wall. He's okay now. He's back on the track as quick as possible. But there's quite a bit of debris there as we also have Dopey Lemons Oh no, not Derby Lemons, but his teammate rather of KG Lairs
And
crashing
Marky's
out.
gone past Michael.
No, but look at this now. Look, if we go on board on Richard, KG Lairs is out of this race as his car is in the middle of the track on the runoff area. That's very dangerous to have that vehicle, as we did just see Michael and Grimmy take a last-second opportunity to move out the way. And yeah, that's a very late call for the safety car. That should have been way earlier.
Oh, this race is completely just... Oh... We've got cars going side by side, we've got cars going off, we've got cars crashing all over the place. This is going to be quite an interesting race, and this safety car works very nicely for Angry Dutch Guy, who's now not going to lose out on half as many positions as he would have, trying to get back to the pack without a safety car.
Yep,
As Richard's coming in, and Marky as well, they're all coming in.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to be going on a set of mediums potentially. RP Light also not respecting
Grimmy
the
and
speed limit. Yeah,
Both
but me personally, I think that's a smart idea. Well, for F1 Far, just doing an exceptional job to nurse those set of mediums early on in this race and nurse the Alpine as well, not getting into any incidents, as he is going to be in second place for the safety car restart. Of course, Grimmy not going into the pit lane to make it a double stack, trying to make those softs last as long as possible. But as it stands right now, Grimmy will be leading the safety car, F1 Farth just in second right behind with those set of mediums. So it looks like with us being surprised about the pitch strategy, looks like F1 Farth has actually done an extraordinary strategy at the beginning of SRM Esports Season 4 Round 4 and making them last and now an early safety car, and he finds himself up into the podium positions.
Just an extraordinary start to this amazing Grand Prix so far. We've got plenty of battling going on. The packs are nice close. They're always constantly fighting. This is going to be a great Grand Prix for us tonight.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see, but I do want to also say that before with SRM Esports we had it to where you had to be paused under the safety car period to ensure that there's no like collisions and 5-second time penalties to for the stewards to look after, because there would have been a lot more. But we actually have changed the rule. Now you don't have to be paused during the safety car period, and you can stay out in full control of the Formula 1 car to get those rubbers nice and warm, nice and toasty for the safety car restart. But looks like we're going to be starting up at the end of lap 7, start of lap 8, as the safety car decides to stay out even longer. Grimmy now finds his way into the pit lane after... Okay, he was going pretty slow there. I'm surprised that's actually speeding into the pit lane. But that's the one thing that these drivers need to look at the meter to say what is going to be the speed limit for you to stay to go into the pit lane with and not get a time penalty, as Andy and Grimmy both make their way into the pit lane. Now F1 Farth with those 6 lap old medium tires is going to be able to start the safety car restart.
I was just on board with Grimmy and Andy there. I don't know whether they got a drive-through. It's like they just done a drive-through there. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see their car stop. But they've definitely stopped because Andy's got a nice set of hards on and Grimmy has a set of mediums. I don't know, my game might have just glitched there. It could have just been me.
Well, actually, I'm not too sure. Because I'm actually looking in the Discord chat, and BattleZ Mini, I'm not going to repeat every single word that he's saying, but he's saying what were people doing on turn 1. So it looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication between the drivers out there, and that's technically why we did have that rule of being paused during the safety car period, just so we don't mess up any of the other drivers out on track. But there's the race control. Safety car is going to be in this lap around Ascari. F1 Farth now technically is going to be the safety car in a way to where the drivers cannot overtake, and it's whenever F1 Farth decides to do this now. All the drivers now going side to side out on track to warm up those tires. F1 Fart leading the way with Richard in second, RSI Markey in third, for that top 3 restart. Safety car is making its way around Parabolica, almost into the pit lane. So F1 Fourth can go whenever he wants. As we make our way now around the final corner, he's still slowing down a little bit to make the pack a little bit more compact around this corner. And it's whenever he decides to go, we're going to go on board with Richard, who is ready to start this. As he goes now, a little bit of a slide there from Richard, but Michael with an extraordinary start off of the restart. Same goes with Steve.
Oh no!
Michael turned right onto RSI Markey. Markey then hits the back of Richard into turn 1. Little bit of damage for the Red Bull. But I saw what happened there. Michael thinking that there was enough space to start turning on the right side to get ahead of Richard and in front of Markey. But the gap wasn't there. There was still a little bit of a front wing as they both collide. And of course, with Michael continuously turning right, he's practically been spun around by his mistakes there. Rural Ninja also then crashing into the into RSI Markey.
Markey going very slow now.
Yeah, he has front wing damage on that vehicle. As then we also see Steve go off on the track. Yellow flag now in play. And yeah, RSI Markey is just falling down. That damage on that Red Bull is going to be detrimental for his traction. As we then see Dopey Lemons shoot on the inside of RSI Markey, as he's trying to defend as well, but without that end plate, he's going to struggle, especially as you can see here, and Ascari around turns 9, 10, and 11. And then you see Steve right now, right on the back end of Markey, as we could be anticipating Markey make his way into the pit lane. Angry Dutch guy trying to go around the outside of Polska Bowl of Parabolic. He's able to get it done. Same goes with Dundrees getting the overtake
Richard
on
going
Ninja.
for the race lead.
Oh, as they both now going to go side by side.
Richard getting it done on the inside of F1 Farf.
So an extraordinary overtake from that man, timing the braking zone to perfection. He now leads the race, as we do see overtakes from Grimmy and Polska and Dopey Lemons on Polska Bowl, as Polska Bowl has now lost 2 positions into turn 1. We now have 7 drivers into the pit lane after having collisions on that safety car restart. But that's actually, that, to be honest with you, that actually might go down as a racing incident if I looked at it. And actually Wiro Ninja goes off of the track into turn 6. Probably got on the throttle a little bit too early then, as he is stuck into the wall, loses a right end plate to rejoin onto the track, which he does finally. And now he's out.
And he's out. Is this a safety car?
It should be, as it is.
It's a safety car. This is absolutely fantastic news for the 7 drivers who had that collision on that race restart. They can now catch up to the back of this pack. Yeah, that was very unfortunate to see for that man, but I do want to flash this back real quick, because this all started with that incident between who was it? It was RSI Markey and Michael. And RSI Markey.
So from what I saw,
I was actually on board with Michael here. I was actually looking back on the overtake, and Michael actually thought he had fully overtaken Markey, not realizing his back wheel was fully aligned with Markey's wing. Then tried to move over more to block off Markey. In the process, turning himself around, just starting that chain reaction of driver incidents.
Yeah, so from what I saw, yeah, so I'm actually watching the stream back a little bit. So F1 Farth getting the start off, Richard right behind, and then Michael having a better start than RSI Markey, was anticipating that he was a full car length ahead of RSI Markey, tried to move on to the right, but was actually stuck in a cube practically, and just hitting RSI Markey's front wing there with his right rear tire as he spins around, saves himself from getting into the wall on the right, but then not saving himself from entering the track, practically going sideways, and then making contact with RP Lai, and then a huge collision off of that safety car restart. Very unfortunate to see for those drivers, but now we have a safety car period once again, after we saw World Ninja going wide around turn 6 as he was trying to re-enter the track with those warm and dirty set of rubbers. Went on the throttle a little bit too early, going straight into the wall, and his right front wheel going completely clean off of that car.
Yeah, so now we've got 3 drivers on the hard compounded tire. We gotta give them some credit if they're managing to keep these nice and warm under the safety car. It's so difficult to keep those hard tires nice and warm.
Yep, it's going to be very, very tough. But now have now experienced 2 safety cars. One, was it 2 VSCs actually? We've experienced 2 VSCs.
I think
with
it's only
Pablo.
1 VSC.
Was it 1?
I think it's 1 VSC, 2 safety cars. This is the second.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So the virtual safety car from Pablo Juarez crashing out. And actually, I do want to check something real quick. I'm actually gonna see if we can actually get him in here. I want to ask RP Lai if he's gonna be able to make his way into the comms box to give a quick description about what just happened there. As you do hear my keyboard, give me a sec.
Was it RP Lai that went out during that 7-man crash, was it?
Yes, it was.
Ah, okay.
Let me just see what he says.
I mean, if we can get someone's perspective from it, that might be even better.
Yeah, because he was involved right there. Let's just see what his POV was. I hope that he answers back soon. If he
I have
does,
a feeling it's going to be a busy one for the stewards today.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a busy one for the stewards. Looking back after that,
I may be one of those stewards to deal with these.
fair. Well, let's say this: you're a steward. What would you, if first looking? Actually, hold on. We're gonna check that after the safety car restart. But I'm just waiting for a reply from RP Lai. Yeah, and I'm looking at Michael. Yeah, he said that he was following Richard off of the safety car restart. Thought that he was already past RSI Marquee, as we did predict. But now going around Parabolica, Richard is going to be starting the safety car restart.
It's a very late restart.
Yep, but he can start whenever he wants. It's just before the timing line. As we see F1 Farth run on the tail end. Richard trying to break the slipstream, going side to side on the finishing straight. F1 Farth's going to be making a move around the outside potentially. No, he is not, but look at angry.
Too wide.
Yep, and same goes with Polestar Ball going completely over the curbs there on the sausage curbs as he goes into the gravel now. And then we have a spin with RSI Marquee, and he's out of this race.
Oh no, no! All
right, but I'm actually.
Safety car restarts proving such a difficult task today for these drivers.
Yep, and I'm actually looking at it now. Hard versus hard compound. Hazza and Steve are going to go side by side after Hazza just got past Woolsey. Now into turn 6. Steve is going to slop behind Hazza. Was trying to make a switchback, but couldn't get it done.
Woolsey going out wide.
Woolsey just mistiming the braking zone there, and he's going to go completely off. Alright, but I was going to ask you one thing, actually. Can you invite RP Lai to this group chat so we have a little quick discussion with him? As we now enter Ascari, a little bit of contact between Steve and Hazza, but Hazza still leads that battle up in ninth. Steve with a little bit of a faster exit. Is he going to be able to make his way up to Parabolica, up to turn 11? He's looking for it. He's not going to be able to get it, though. But now, it looks like Hazard's going to keep on to that. But now, Grimmy and... Why is someone calling me at this point? Grimmy and Angry Dutch Guy was going side by side. As RSI Marquee has left the session and migrated host, that could be actually a glitch for the lobby now. From RSI Marquee, but now Hazard and Steve still trying to have that battle for that 9th place position.
Going at it.
But look at Michael F1 though, just watching this battle from the back end.
Here we go, Steve.
Steve around the outside, having the better vehicle of the Mercedes.
And here comes Michael. Oh no, it's backing off. And here is RP Lai here to join us in the comms.
RP Live, welcome to the comms box, mate. Do you have your voice allowed to be shared?
Yes, of course, mate. Of course.
All right, because I want to ask you about what just happened there. Like your POV with Michael. From what we saw, Michael had an extraordinary start compared to RSI Markey, and was battling out with Richard on that safety car restart. And Michael, it's like, what did it look like from you, from your POV? Like, what did you see out there?
From my spot on, Michael had a very good restart. After that, I left a lot of space. I think two or three car lengths between us. But he getting off track and bounced to the wall and came back, and he didn't ghost in time. So he hit me, lost my right front tire, and end of the race, mate.
Yeah, but
So-
that was very unfortunate to see. But
Yeah, it was. It was.
yeah, but what, like, from you, are you upset with Michael? Because it looked like from Michael's POV, he was actually getting an amazing start on RSI Marquez. They were going side by side. He was trying to look for the space on the right side, around
wasn't
Richard into turn one, but he was actually like just barely almost fully ahead of Markey, but just turned to the right, didn't realize that his front wing was still there, made contact with the right end tire, saved himself from going into the wall, but then crossing in, sliding in, and
He's still
making
in the race,
contact with
right?
you. Yeah, he is still
Yes,
in the
Michael
race.
is still in the race. He's currently P10.
Yeah, that's very unfortunately for me, because he made an accident. I think it's his fault. That's why I'm out, and that he is still in the race. That disappoints me a little bit, because I think there was no space on the right. I think Grimmy was still on his right end.
Grimmy,
Oh, it was,
that was Markey.
Oh,
Markey,
Markey.
yes.
Yeah, Markey was still on his right end. There was no space to go on the right side. But okay, it's a misjudgment. Anything can happen in the next race.
Exactly.
But for me, I'm a little bit disappointed, man, because I raced Italy, I think, 7 times before this year. And I like the circuit very much. I did one run in qualifying for, I think, yeah, one run. And it was a pretty decent lap. So I thought in the race I can make some space, some places, and finish, I think, top 5, maybe 6. Yeah. I'm a
Yeah,
little
but
bit
you
disappointed.
had such an amazing start at the beginning as well, but very unfortunate to see end so quickly for you. But we hope for you, well, thanks again for the interview, a quick interview mid race. But we hope a better result in 2 weeks' time, as next week is the week break.
Oh, next week, yeah.
But yeah,
right.
just that gives you enough time to get in that practice to really solidify the next race in 2 weeks' time. But hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening. But that's RP Live, everyone. He is now out. But we're not going to come back into the Grand Prix here tonight, as we have a few battles over the pitch. With Steve was going almost right on the tail end with Michael F1 around Parabolica. Michael,
Following
ooh.
this battle between Steve, Michael, and Hazard, there's been quite a few overtakes.
Yep, it's been overtakes all over the place between those drivers, and Hazard doing an exceptional job with his hard compounds. I do want to say again, thanks for RP Live for joining in the comms box midway. Very unfortunate for his result, but hopefully to bring it back in the next race in 2 weeks' time. But
Here
now,
comes Steve.
yep, Steve on the outside of Michael F1, and the door closes, and now that's going to give Hazard an opportunity around the outside of turn
We've
2.
got yellow flag, sector 3.
And that's Andy Smokes mid. It looks like he got a little bit of a slide on the exit of Ascari, but now
Yeah,
it looks like
there's that Ascari
Hazza
again.
is going to try and make a move on the inside of Steve into the second chicane. But it looks like Steve was able to hold on to it, with them battling out. That's going to give Michael an opportunity to start running away.
Oh, and here comes Hazard.
Hazza now on the
Still not quite
inside.
enough. And here, that was
Oh!
Wolsey having a look as. Oh, he almost goes into Tomo.
Yeah, but a good save there from Wolsey, not making contact.
As Hazard gets past Steve.
Yep, with that DRS.
What a battle.
Yeah, it's a good battle between those two drivers, both on the hard compounds. And the thing is, with the hard compounds, of course, they're going to be sliding a lot, but it looks like they're actually having quite a bit of pace. But it looks like F1 Farth now, making those mediums last around 17 laps. He's going to make his way into the pit lane, potentially for a set of softs. As I'm looking at now, yep, I see a set of reds out in that pit box. as they're getting those tires on as quickly as possible. And he is going to be there. Oh, and looks like we have a little bit of an incident up ahead into turn 1 with, who is that actually? That's Dopey Lemons. Dopey Lemons looks like he had a little incident with Michael F1, I believe. No, but Grimmy actually. No, wait, hold on. Okay, it looks like there was just a huge glitch on the field there actually on my end, because it looked like Dopey Lemons got a little bit of a spin into turn 1, and then I look at the mini map, he shotguns right back on behind Grimmy. So a little bit of a glitch there, and I think that's due to oh, it looks like Woolsey.
Yellow flag sector 2.
Yep, and it's Woolsey just losing a little bit of pace there into the second chicane. But now we're going to go on board with Hazza with the DRS. Now it's going to be looking around the outside of Steve. And Steve slots right behind Hazza as they make their way down into Ascari. Turns 8, 9, and 10. Very difficult to get that corner done.
Paul picking up that 3-second time penalty at the back of the pack there.
Yep, and I'm actually looking at it now. Richard is now going into the pit lane for a set of mediums to end off this race. Battle Z Mini now has the lead. But now Grimmy up to second and Dopey Lemons up to third. Michael F1 finds himself back in the top 5 after having that huge collision with Marky and RP Lai.
It was a very unfortunate turn of events on the safety car restart, but Michael has managed to get himself back up into P4 with a we got a yellow flag.
Yeah, we have a safety car.
It was Richard.
Wait, Richard's out.
He wasn't out, but he's lost his whole front wing.
Hold on, I'm trying to find Richard. Where is he? In 10th place. I see him now. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like he had a little bit of incident. Wow. As he cuts over the sausage curbs.
As well, looks like he's got his whole front wing off.
Yeah, so potentially them two got a little bit of a collision. So Steve now getting a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So potentially got, yeah, so Steve actually, from what it looks like, got an illegal overtake on Andy Smoke's mid during the safety car period, and he's going to be serving those 5 seconds if he makes his way into the pit lane now, which I suspect that he would. He's on a set of hard compounds.
I suspect the people running the hard compound towns are going to come into this box, and yeah, here they come. As we got a car staying. Have we got anyone staying?
That's Andy Smokes. That's Andy Smokes trying to unlap himself from the front runners, as he's going to be now
oh, is that from Farf? He stays out.
Yeah, he just came in for a set of softs. So this actually is perfect for F1 Farth, as he's able to be leading the safety car. Same goes with Battle Z Mini, going on a set of mediums, and Grimmy on a set of softs. But it is going to be the safety car, and we could be looking at starting around lap 21. Like the start of lap 21.
It depends if the safety car is going to let Andy catch up here.
Well, if Andy needs to really put on that throttle to catch up with the safety car if he has any chance of trying to make a comeback in this race. But since it's going to be near the end of the Grand Prix, when the safety car makes their way back into the pit lane, we might actually have to start talking about potential driver of the day. And
well, I've had 2 drivers in mind who have been battling it out in the mid-pack since the start.
And I am with you on that, and I'm actually going to say the 2 names. They're actually the ones in first and second of F1 Farth and Battle Z Mini, and that's going to be my choices, very close. With having those battles in the midfield, as you said, but also having just a really good pitch strategy, starting on the set of mediums with F1 Farth, and Battle Z Mini just having a really good recovery after retiring early into the qualifying session, and now finds himself up to second place.
I'm just trying to see how many places he's actually come up.
Who, Farth or
menu to work?
Well, if you're talking about F1 Farth, he's on 11, and Battlesy Mini is currently on 7. Grimmy has improved by 1 position.
Dopey Mini up to 15 places as well.
Yeah, Dopey Lemon's doing an exceptional job. Started in 19th, if you do remember, due to, what's it called? He was joining in the session, midway of qualifying.
I believe he joined late.
Yeah, so midway of qualifying. And he did not put in the time to not make the lobby glitched, so very respectable for him, but doing an exceptional job for Dopey Lemons. And I'm actually looking at this now. F1 Farth is the only driver out on track to be doing a 1-stop strategy. Everyone else is on 2 stops to 4 stops. So a big contender.
Yeah, I just thought that Z-Mini 2 stops. Yeah, everyone else is on 2 to 3 stops. So Farf has actually got this down, like, to the perfect art here.
Alright.
All he needs is that restart. If he can get the restart, I think it's his race to lose.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to wait and see if Andy Smokes Mid is gonna be able to catch back up with the pack. But as it stands now, he is still around 18 seconds, but now coming around turn 7 now, and will be right behind the safety car. So deciding to stay out has actually benefited Andy Smokes Mid, as he's now unlapped himself and was able to catch back up with the safety car, and we could be looking at a late safety car call-in once he reaches the pack. I'm just waiting for it from race control.
It looks like the safety car's staying out.
Nope, there it
it's
is.
coming in.
Told you. Once Andy Smokes makes his way towards the pack, the safety car is now in this lap, and F1 Farth can go whenever he likes, but only after the safety car makes their way into the pit lane. As it has done now, F1 Farth can go whenever he wants, and he is going for the throttle now. Battlesy Mini right in second. A good start from Grimmy as well, right on the tail end. Then we also have Michael having a good start as well, off of Jackie. We're in a 2x2 grid for second and fifth, I should say. And Michael just not timing the braking zone at all.
Oh, we got Dopey as well being taken.
Michael F1.
Dopey and Jackie as well.
Michael F1 just not anticipating the braking zone to be that quickly, as he puts himself down to 15th for that mistake. Very respectful for that, but very unfortunate for that man as well, as he did want to have a very good very good result in this race, but just mistiming the braking zone into turn 1 is really, this is really a race that he wants to forget, but might not forget because of all of the potential time penalties that he would be earning at the end of this. Easy overtake from Dopey Lemons actually, as he was the one that got I believe he was the one that got contacted by Michael off of that safety car restart. We're also now seeing the switchback of the 2 Mercedes runners of Richard and Steve. Richard trying to catch back up at the front pack, Steve knowing Richard is the faster driver and allowing him to go past. But
and
yeah, very
Haza up to 3rd.
Yeah, so Haza with that that incident between Dopey Lemons and Michael, mainly Michael, to be honest with you. He has found himself
also getting caught up into it.
Yeah, but we're looking at now with Richard and Tomo, as Richard's gonna try and make a move around the outside into turn 1 as they now go side by side, give the space, but then the door shuts, and Richard had to back out of it, but not cooling down his tires around turn 2 as he re-enters the track just ahead of the Haas runner of Paul's Gabol, and the Mercedes runner of Richard is now falling down. And this is what I'm talking about with Monza, a very difficult track to get right, as we're now seeing it. Oh, Jackie going right into the back end of Paul's Gabol, and Richard is now into the wall, and he is out. And that's going to be a safety car. That's going to be a safety car. Oh no, Richard. Just having that spin around turn 1 after battling up with Tomo. Oh no. Oh no. As Andy then gets...
drive-through.
So he's going to have to serve that once the safety car makes his way into the pit lane for the safety car restart. He cannot serve that under the safety car period. And I hope he knows that. And if he is listening, he will now know that. But, yeah, very, very unfortunate to see. So it looks like safety car, like once we had that first safety car with Kage Layers crashing out around turn 7, it's just been safety car, safety car, safety car. After safety car restarts, just not panning out correctly.
I believe this is the last safety car they could have.
This is the last possible safety car, yeah. Because once the safety car, I think, will be coming in around lap 25, start of lap 26, and we could only be looking at around 2 laps of racing left here at Monza.
Because we've got Jackie and Andy in the pits getting their wings changed. This is going to be a very, very busy night for those stewards.
Yep. And you're one of them, right?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to get this one off.
Well, if you need a little bit of help, I've done stewarding before. I'm not actually an SRM eSports steward, but if you need a little bit of help and a lot of the stewards have gone offline, please let me know. Just so you could probably look at a potential unbiased opinion.
Yeah, we've got rules. We've got rules in place. Like, if stewards cannot agree on something, we will then bring you into this.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was actually.
Opinion.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was in the league announcements, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Because it was Steve, Richard, Marky, Cameron, Highlander, Farth, Angry Dutch Guy,
Andy, he's going for a spin.
Who has gone for a spin?
He's in the gravel. It's Andy. He's in the gravel.
Oh, so it looks like during the safety car period, getting a drive-through and then spinning around, just not really having him a good race here tonight here at Monza. But now we have a lot of the front runners out of Richard and RSI Markey now. And it could be up for grabs for the Drivers' Championship at this point. Having those top runners out could be giving the other top runners a little bit of security and a little bit more confidence about saying that they could potentially win the Drivers' Championship. Because usually it's one race that settles it.
And also giving these back runners, people that didn't think they would have a chance at coming anywhere near this Drivers' Championship, giving them an opportunity to get right into it.
Yep, and it looks like Steve and Angry Dutch Guy are trying to negotiate who was the one that lost out on that 6th place. And it looks like...
This arguing is not going well for them.
Yeah.
As Angry Dutch Guy gives him the position.
Oh!
Oh, and he's
Good saves there from Angry Dutch Guy, getting a little bit of rubber.
Good reaction.
Getting a little bit of gravel on those rubbers. But I see what happened there. The game glitched out to where Steve was overtook Angry Dutch Guy, I do believe. And then once Angry Dutch Guy tried to give back the position, it then said that Angry Dutch Guy should go back up to 6th. And then when he did it again, said Steve should go back up to 6th, and it just was that whole thing. And the easy way to fix that glitch is to go off the track, to let the person by and rejoin. And that's what we saw Angry Dutch Guy did. So good reaction time there.
And respecting it as well, not trying to get past him after Steve did.
Exactly. So well done to all of the drivers out there for the time being.
So for you right now, who are you looking at for driver of the day between?
It's going to be F1 Farth, potentially, for me personally. Just having that one-stop strategy work to perfection, starting in the mid-pack, and also pushing for a championship lead, which he fallen out of the championship lead and having a good recovery here at Monza. But also battles the mini, he could be the new leader at the end of this race of with Michael F1 currently leading, but just having a very unfortunate race here. So we'll just have to wait and see.
A small curveball in here and actually try. I'm going to say Hazza.
Really?
Hazza with a good race right now. He's been battling it out with Steve. He's been going for overtakes, and he's genuinely been doing a good job here.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see as we now enter turn 1 everyone just having a little bit of anticipation, trying to make a dive on the
elbows out.
inside.
Who was that? It was Paul taking the slip road.
Yep, and there you go, Paul going into the runoff area, coming out now, but not really doing the runoff area correctly, as he gets a 3-second time penalty, and Jackie just gets the overtake on the inside, as we're now looking at Woolsey right on the tail end as well of Dopey Lemons after having that unfortunate safety car restart earlier. But also Andy is now out of this race on the exit of turn 5, and he is going to be out of this race. We're now down to 13. No safety cars left to do in this race. But now Dopey Lemons, he's trying to look, but Tomo with the defensive positioning, doing an exceptional job, and he's going to hold on to that 7th place as we make our way around Ascari, and Tomo's still just ahead.
He's got the run.
But is he going to get it though? The thing is, Tomo probably has a little bit of a lower downforce on that Formula 1 car, so he's able to hit those top end speeds and defend those positions.
But Dopey coming back at him again.
But now, actually, instead of that, we're going to go up with Grimmy, who is now going to go side by side. We're looking at a potential 3 wide here into turn 1 with Grimmy, Angry Dutch Guy, and Steve. Grimmy pulls out of that battle to not instigate anything like that.
Still going at it, but the Angry Dutch Guy comes out with it.
And he goes up to 4th.
We didn't see Battlesy Mini is down to 3rd.
With Hazza with those set of solves able to take that 2nd place. So during an exceptional drive for the AlphaTauri team, Woolsey is able to have a battle with him and Michael as they make their way into the 2nd chicane. Woolsey a little bit of a drift entrance around turn 4, and then just ahead of Michael into turn 5 and 6. So well done to him. Grimmy
Michael on the inside got it done against Woolsey.
I'm looking at it now, so Grimmy got a little bit of a push to Steve around turn 7 and is able to go up to 5th place as well.
Oh, but Steve
now,
looking at the inside. Oh, backs out of it.
Yeah, it would have been very ambitious, especially around Ascari. Very difficult to get right. But I'm now looking up the front as well, and Battlesy Mini trying to stay within it. But the DRS is going to be open for this final lap, and is only going to be available into... Actually, no, both of them will be enabled, but looks like Battlesy Mini is going to be having it potentially...
Hazard gets the fastest lap.
Oh, Battlesy Mini doesn't get it, actually. Alright, Dundrees now takes it with a 123.009 final lap, all or nothing at this point. Let's see, Tomo gets a little bit of collision, and he spins off the track into turn 1. And he now falls out of the points. I didn't see what happened either. I just saw that on those quick arrows come on the board. But now he is out of the points in 11th place. Now, is F1 Farth going to take this win as he's coming around turn 7 right now?
The only way he's going to lose it if he makes a mistake.
But let's see if he's able to get it though, as he makes his way down to the DRS straight. And now we're actually going to go on board with Grimmy, who's going to be having DRS and closing down the gap between him and Angry Dutch Guy ahead as they now make their way around Ascari. But we need to go on board with F1 Farth. Has done everything that he needed here tonight with the one-stop strategy. Started on the mediums, set on the softs at the end of this race. And he's going to come across the final line, Parabolica, as he crosses the line to take the win here at Monza. F1 Farth is your winner with Hazza in 2nd and Battle Mini in 3rd. Our reigning drivers champion now takes the lead of the drivers standings. Well done to Battle Z Mini. Angry Dutch Guy finishes in 4th. Grimmy right behind in 5th. Steve and Dopey Lemons in 6th and 7th. Dundrees in 8th. Michael falls down to 9th after serving those time penalties, and could be earning a little bit more potentially with the steward's decision. But as it stands now, F1 Farth is your winner, the game's driver of the day, my driver of the day, but your driver of the day has to go to Hazza. So what we could do potentially for the first time, we could be looking at giving half points to both F1 Farth and Hazza for commentator's driver of the day.
I just want to give it to Hazza simply because the battling throughout he's done throughout of this Grand Prix. But Farf has also done the similar amount of battling. It's really hard to give it to either driver.
Well, me personally, I'm going to go with F1 Farth, mainly because he was able to get the race win after having an unfortunate race last week to gain that whole 180. Started in the middle of the pack with a set of mediums, making the one-stop strategy work and getting maximum points with the fastest lap. I have to give it to F1 Farth. So we're actually going to be giving half points to both Hazza and Farth. So that's going to be it for SRM Esports Season 4, Round 4 here at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. That's going to be it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We're not going to be here next week as it is the mid-season break, but we will be here back for Bahrain on the 16th of March. Same place, same time. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've been Justin.
And I've been the Highlander.
We'll see you next time.